Like we said, it's playoff season, baby.
Playoffs.
So playoffs start tomorrow.
Playoffs start tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We're not gonna do like each picking from each game.
No.
We're gonna do our own games. So I think you're starting it off with Los Angeles Chargers heading to Houston.
I'm going to take the Chargers, and here's why. So I'm taking the Chargers because Harbaugh, great coach. They're playing pretty well right now. They're a solid team. Houston's a little rocky. I mean, it's in Houston, so it's really a 50-50 game. But I'm taking the Chargers just because better coach, more gelling team right now. CJ Stroud's still him, but they're just having an off year, and you know it's a little shaky. And I think LA is gonna kill some of their demons and get the stub.
Okay. So next,
You got Pittsburgh going to Baltimore.
yep. I'm taking Baltimore. Pittsburgh just ended terribly for their season. But then also, you have Lamar at home. You have Derrick Henry in the playoffs, which you really don't get. How many times have we seen Derrick Henry in the playoffs? Once, twice? When he was in Tennessee?
Once, because Mariota threw a pass to himself.
Oh, yeah. I think Baltimore is all around a better team. And I think that this is the year that they're going to make a deeper push. I know they went to the championship game. Was that last year or 2 years ago?
Yep, that was last year.
Last year.
They
I think they're
lost
gonna
at home.
make. I think they're gonna make that push, depending on who they do match up with, because like Buffalo is also them. So yeah, if it ends up being Baltimore and Buffalo next week, then that's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be But I'm gonna go Baltimore. And I got them by 3 scores in this game.
3 scores. Well, that's tough.
So that's the Saturday games. Move into Sunday, the noon game. Denver at Buffalo.
Buffalo. It's in Buffalo. Buffalo's hot. Denver's hot too. They got a good defense. Pat Surtain's locking it up. Nick Bonito, he's locking it up. But I just think that Buffalo attack is too much. I think that the Buffalo defense is going to be too much. I just think that Buffalo's going to be buzzing. They're going to be feeling it a little bit. Fans are always crazy. I think it's one of the best places for fans. Toughest places to play. It's outdoors. It's cold. It's New York. Give me Buffalo by 2 score. I'd say. So, and then late game or middle game, afternoon game. Green Bay heads to Philly.
Yeah, big game. So there's a couple things that I'll touch on because I know we're going to talk about like Minnesota, Green Bay, and Detroit.
Yeah, we'll break
a little
it
bit
down
later. But I wrestled with myself on this one. You know, I love Green Bay.
I do too.
It's tough being the 7th seed, having to go on the road, playing against a Philadelphia team who's hot. Originally, I took Philadelphia.
Okay.
Then we were sitting here and talking. I was kind of thinking like, all right, what is Philly doing now? Right, they had a rough couple weeks without their quarterback. Jalen Hurts hasn't played in almost a month.
It's concussed.
I
Hit his head.
I changed because originally I went 27-21 Philly. I switched it up and I'm going 30-21 Green Bay. Outside of these last 2 games for Green Bay, especially the Chicago game, like love getting hurt. Watson torn ACL. They started resting Josh Jacobs like they lost, but whatever. I think that their offense is still a 30-point per game team that is going to come out. They're going to light it up. I think a few of their defensive guys are going to step up. Keyshawn Nixon. X is still there. Jair's out. So I'm going to go Green Bay getting their revenge on Philadelphia 30-21.
Okay, I like it.
Night game for Sunday. This one's kind of an underrated game. Washington at Tampa.
I got Washington.
Okay.
I didn't kind of like you. I was wrestling back and forth with this one, but because of Tampa not clearing the division before last week.
Yeah. Yes.
Playing an easier schedule than Washington. Now, I mean, easier relative, but in the NFC South, you got Atlanta, New Orleans, and Carolina dump. Yeah. So, In the East, you got Dallas, who is terrible. Giants, who were terrible, and then you got the Eagles, who were dogs. And Commanders beat the Eagles with a healthy team. I mean, Jalen Hurts got rocked and Kenny Pickett got rocked, but it was a healthy team. I don't know. I just feel like Washington knows how to win game. They know how to close out games. Tampa, once they're rolling, it's kind of like a steamroller. Once they get going, then they get moving. Whereas I think that Washington, Jaden, he can just pull it out whenever he wants, and that's why I'm taking him. And I think it's going to be a fun divisional round.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I got.
We move to the Monday night game between the Minnesota Vikings, Los Angeles Rams. So,
in Arizona.
Yeah, in Arizona. Fires going on over in California right now. Tough. So the game is moved to Glendale. So the game that I had a hard time picking to because Minnesota did lose to Los Angeles earlier in the season. But I'm going to take Minnesota on the road. I'm going to go a 21-17 game. Minnesota's offense, it's good, and they move at an elite level when Sam Darnold's on. This last game, Sam Darnold couldn't hit a wide open receiver to save his life.
Yeah.
But
you go.
Yeah. I think that just this game in general, another revenge game. I do think that Sam's going to put it together. I think what they're going to move away from kind of having to play from behind and play catch up with an elite team like Detroit. They're going to put that to the side. They know that they can play with the Rams because they did.
Mm-hmm. Ugly game too.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp hasn't been as much of a factor as he was. Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of Puka, a lot of Kyren. We'll see flashes of Cooper Kupp. I'm sure they're going to get him involved. Yeah. But I think Minnesota's going to be able to also take away a lot from the Rams offense. So, yeah, I'm going 21-17 game, Minnesota.
I like it. I mean, yeah, it's going to be fun. And then obviously the two byes, Kansas City and Detroit, I think they're tough outs no matter what. Kansas City, you can say all you want about their defense, about their offense, but I mean it's
still Kansas City.
That's a kill. They're 15-2, and they could have been 16-1 if they would have played everybody. So it's it's tough to root. It's tough to pick against them, no matter who it is, even if it's Baltimore and Buffalo. Now they're going to Kansas City, so good luck. And then Detroit, man, Danny Campbell is a coach of the year candidate for a reason. Dude just thought of every which way to beat you, and he's going to do it, and his guys are going to buy in. So, I mean,
let's talk about